What is up, everybody? If you live in the United States, it's a weird time to be alive because you're waiting on a lot of things to happen. You've got Trump, and we're basically at war against Iran right now, and he's saying it might end soon, it might not. You've got Candace Owens completely turning around and saying, you know what? Like, Trump's a bad guy entirely, too. He sold America out, he sold everybody out. You've got Erica Kirk getting appointed to the board, the Air Force Advisory Board, or whatever it is. We're going to look at that in a minute. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And then you've got businesses for a long time that have been doing something that we all know. It's called like planned obsolescence or something. I don't know the word. I'm going to explain it to you in a minute, but it basically means they always make stuff crappier. So you have to keep buying more stuff, and it's actually in their plans. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And yeah, there's a lot to go over. So pretend I did a little intro song, and let's just jump right into it. First things first, Trump says that the war might end soon. Okay. My feelings on this right now, is that if Trump can do to Iran what he did in Venezuela, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and we're out, and now we don't have to worry about this thing, then maybe I could be on board with it. But at the present moment, I don't know if I'm seeing it that way. I don't know that he's going to be able to do that as easily. There's so many more traps in the Middle East, it feels like. Over here in South America, we can kind of just be like, bloom. It's like, like dropping something off at the neighbors, bro. And they speak the same language a little bit. You go across town, you go across the sea, and it's a little different. I feel like you got to you get there, you got to find a translator. Then you got to talk to a guy about a thing, and he promised something, but he couldn't do it. And now you're over there. You already bought the plane ticket. You know what I mean? There's just a little more commitment going on over there. I don't know that you're going to be able to wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, so quickly. And if he does, then maybe that'll be good, and hopefully we'll get out of this, we'll get out of this situation relatively quickly. But I don't know that we can say that. I don't know that we're going to be able to do that. And there's a lot of hopefully going on these days. Hopefully, I was supposed to see some arrests of people that locked everybody down during COVID. I was hopefully supposed to see some arrest of people that lied about masks being effective or ineffective and caused an entire generation of children's IQ to drop by 20. I was hopefully supposed to see some arrest of people that like to do stuff to kids and the Epstein list getting released. I was hopefully. I'm sick of hoping, dog. I'm sick of hoping. I want to see some things. Gas prices need to be cheap. I need to be able to buy the food I want to buy. I want to get the meat without the weird vaccines in it that they snuck into the Joker because I wouldn't take it normally. I don't want vaccines in my lettuce. I want to be able to tell all the stupid cameras on the streets that are trying to take pictures of me for going 46 miles an hour instead of 45 miles an hour that I'm allowed. I want to know that I'm allowed to shoot them with a shotgun so that they fall into the ground, and then all of the community gathers, puts them together and burns them, and an awesome offering to Yahweh, to Jesus, of what a great freedom you have provided for us in this wonderful country. I think George Washington and John Hancock and all the other people would gather with me to do that. If they hated the T, I think they would hate the camera catching you for speed, and it rhymes, baby. Boop, boop, boop. All right? I'm just saying, there's been a lot of hopefully, and I don't got a lot of hopefully juice left. And I guess that's what happened with Candace Owens, is that she ran out of hopefully juice because she went on a rant. And I listened to it this morning where she basically said that Trump's turned on everybody and he's a complete puppet and everything that you wanted is not there. And I hold that with an open hand. It's the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. So I entertained the thought that maybe that is fully what's happened. And I personally don't know yet. Trump keeps saying, wait and see, wait and see, wait and see. Bro, I don't know how much wait and see I have left, but I understand. Look, maybe I give Iran a month. Maybe I give it a month before I'm like, you absolutely did the dumbest thing possible. Charlie Kirk thought it would have been the dumbest thing possible. He said that many times where he said, if we did that, it would be a disaster. Maybe that's why he ended up dead. Maybe. All I'm saying is that he was advocating to Trump not to go, and then he dies, and then we go. So that's interesting. And there's billions of dollars at play now, whereas you used to think The only reason Charlie was killed is so that somebody else could take control of Turning Point USA. Whoever that somebody else is, Charlie was certainly going to be a president of the United States at some point, most likely. He was one of the most influential people of an entire generation by a large margin. And he was an actual Christian and represented, good Christian values. So, anyways, I don't have a lot of hopefully left. Talk about an intro. That was like a 5-minute rant-a-dooski. I don't have a lot of hopefully left, but at the same time, you might as well have a little bit of hope, because the only other way out of this is a revolution of sorts. And, I don't think the country's ready for that yet. So they're not going to do that. So you might as well just sit back and go, all right, well, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? And then obviously keep talking about it like I am. I'm not stopping just because people get upset with me because they think I abandoned Trump or something. No, I'm nervous and voicing my concerns that I think he abandoned me. I think he abandoned our cause. I think he abandoned, it seems, right, in these different various ways, that we're being abandoned. And I'm concerned about that. And I think that's justifiable. I think that's justifiable. Don't you understand that all of my feelings were absolutely justified, Nigel? I'm concerned for the well-being of my family, and our forefathers fought to have the freedom that is being squashed and squandered. Our kids are not going to have the same United States that we did. They're just not. They're not going to have it. And I was listening to Sean Ryan podcast, and this guy he had on, Ethan something. What is it? Ethan Thornton. And he's talking about planned obsolescence, or whatever that word is, where basically companies intentionally make it so all their products start falling apart and they suck over time. Dude, that's why I can't buy a new truck. And I wish that I could maybe the Amish got it right. 150 years ago, your dad gives you a plow. It's made of great iron. It's got great wood. It's got leather straps. And when that bad boy busts, you heat up the iron again. You smelt it back to the right shape. You put a new piece of wood. You put new leather. And you got a nice old thing again. You got a nice plow, right? They're still doing that in the Amish world. What do I got? 2022 F-150 or something that gets 150,000 miles and then totally blows. It doesn't work anymore. You got to junk the whole thing. Dude, GMC just got under one of the biggest class action lawsuits right now, I think, for 2020 to 2024, I think. Don't quote me on this, allegedly. But they just got under one of the biggest lawsuits because their engines are such trash. You would think that after a certain amount of time of doing things that, they've made millions of vehicles, you'd just get it right after a while. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing I appreciate about Toyota. Now, I don't like that they've gone this hybrid route with a lot of their vehicles, because I don't trust the fusion of electric and gas to be perfectly, compatible with each other over the long-term use of the vehicle. But one thing's true, that Toyota would not upgrade or update their engines for like twice as long, it seemed, as other people like Chevy and Ford and other companies. They'd all be trying to get like, I want the best mile per gallon possible. And Toyota has left their 4.6, I think, or a 4.7 motor, and their 5.3, the Vortex or not Vortex, 4.7 and the 5.7. They left those engines alone for like a long time, because they just did a good job and they just kept fixing little things on them. So every generation got a little more reliable or whatever, And so I always tell people, when you're going to buy a car, don't buy a car that's the first year of a new generation of that car. Wait like 4 years and then buy that one, because they worked out all the kinks, just a little nugget for you and you people that are buying cars. Okay. But there's this thing where they're essentially the same reason you have to buy a new iPhone all the time. It's the same reason you have to buy a new iPhone. What happened to it? Did it break? No, it just got crappier somehow, so you have to get another one. So they're making repeat money on you. There's people that talked about light bulbs that are called like the everlasting or the forever bulb. They made that back in like 1901, and it's still alive today. That single bulb is still going today. It's been 120 years. But I think the light bulb companies got together. I remember something about this, and they were like, hey, we can't do that. And now I'm paying $25 for like 4 for my freaking living room, my can lights or whatever. Anyways, Erica Kirk got appointed. This weirded me out a little bit. Erica Kirk got appointed to this Air Force Academy Board. What's going on here? Did I talk about this already? I feel like I talked about it, but I'm going to talk about it again. What's going on here? Just because her husband could do something doesn't mean she can do something. It's like my wife trying to make content, you know, or trying to like do all the businesses that I do. There's just no reason for anybody who's like an objective third-party thinker to be like, oh, yeah, okay, of course she could do it. What? No, this is weird. This is weird. It's like, well, here, I'll just explain to you kind of, because Charlie was appointed in March of 2025. The rest of the people that are on there are like senators. A bunch of senators. As you can see, a bunch of senators. That's weird. Erica's the right person. Okay, sure. You can think that. I don't know what I think about that, you know? And I'm not saying you have to think anything. It's just, I'm not all the way, you know, where some people are at on the internet thinking about what happened with Turning Point. You know what I'm saying? I'm just think that there's billions of dollars at play of why Charlie Kirk needed to die now. You know what I mean? But this is just a weird another thing. You know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But it doesn't matter. You know, at a certain point, you quit worrying about stuff. Have you ever walked into a room and known that everybody in that room hates your guts, even though they seem happy? You ever walked into that kind of a room? I'm going to show you one of those. I'm going to show you one of those rooms real quick. Check this out. This is one of them rooms.
You're a brave ass bitch and you got this. You're a brave ass bitch and you got this. You're a brave ass bitch and you got this. Yes, you. Last time. You're a brave ass bitch and you got this. You're a brave ass bitch and you got this. You're a brave ass bitch and you got this. Yeah.
I just know they would hate me with their entire being. You know, I just know it. I just know they would hate me with their entire being. You know, and it's weird to know that. You know, it could be something on my shirt that would make them be like, this guy's a total, you know, Nazi or whatever they would call people like me these days. I don't even know, you know, but that's definitely a possibility. Another possibility, you know, would be that they would just, you know, leave me alone if I didn't have this shirt on. But my haircut even looks like I'm like an alpha male or a person that tries to present himself as decent to the world. But I don't really. I only get a haircut like every 3 months, bro. I'm not where I should be psychologically, bro. I have 4 kids and my wife was injured in a horse riding accident. Not my horses, different horses. And, dude, I've been taking care of the kids nonstop. I swear I'm a good guy, but it doesn't matter. I'm too far gone. I'm too far gone for these people. You know, and I don't know what to do about that. Anyway, 2 more funny videos. I don't have a lot to say today, but this is just kind of funny and indicates a level of craziness that's happening on the planet today. You guys ready for this? Okay. I like this guy. I thought it was funny.
She did fix it.
My car is damaged.
Where?
Right here. If you want to see, you can come over.
Shit!
Why are you hitting my car, lady?
Because it's not damaged.
Oh, she fixed it.
Bitch! Would you tell her to get away from me? She's crazy.
I mean, technically, she did fix it. So, I mean, like, she did fix it.
She
My
did.
car is damaged.
Where?
Those things
Right
pop
here.
in and
If you
out.
wanna-
She did fix it. But you can tell this lady's got some
Why are you
crazy,
hitting my car, lady?
you know,
Because
and,
it's not damaged.
you know, watch when she hugs the guy.
Bitch.
Watch the face she makes,
Tell her to
okay?
get away from me. She's crazy.
Look at that face. That face says nuts. That
I
face
mean,
says
technically-
she's nuts. Oh, one more for you guys. One more. This guy gets, he toots. I say toot because my kids all say toot because I don't want them saying fart. For some reason, it feels bad if a kid says fart. But this police officer, he's calling his mom and saying he's getting arrested, and the police officer tells him he has to stop farting. And if a police if a police officer tells you you have to stop, bro, you have to imagine you feel a lot more guilty for farting. But watch.
I'm getting arrested. I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry. I'm getting arrested, Mom.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Dude, you gotta stop that.
I'm sorry. Possession.
Dude, you gotta stop that. Anyways, hope you guys are doing great. I don't have a crazy update for you guys today as far as what's going on in the world. You're looking at it. I'm looking at it. I'm as mad as you are. I don't know what to think about anything yet. And that's okay. That's the thing you should take from this, okay? 15 minutes of you feeling like it's okay to have thoughts. It's okay to not feel like you fit into one of the categories they want you to fit in. You're either all the way in with Trump or you're all the way out with Trump. Nah, you're allowed to sit on the fence a little bit and think, what's going on here? You know, and anyways, hope you guys have a great day. God bless. See you next time.